Welcome to the Designated Drinkers Podcast. Sit back and enjoy the ride.
So you can shut the fuck up, you punk ass bitch!
What's your profanity?
Go on a religious journey.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've been listening to a lot of Joe Rogan, so that's all that I've been hearing about for the past 4 weeks.
That's
Religious
Joe Hogan.
journeys?
Dude, he just talks about doing Vision
Ayahuasca?
Quest and shit, ayahuasca, LSD. It's fucking funny as shit.
Dude, I love that guy's fucking podcast, man.
Dude, he's so well read. It's ridiculous.
I don't even think that he's well read. I think that he's well conversed.
He's just so
smart.
He's so fucking smart. It's ridiculous.
But you know what? He's not. I think the biggest compliment to him is that he's not afraid to say, "I don't fucking know."
Yeah, exactly.
And he's gonna go into
back.
when he had Neil deGrasse Tyson, when he had
Nothing we can do about it for now.
Lawrence Krauss. He had so many, he's had so many, Jordan Peterson, so many fucking PhD level motherfuckers on his podcast. And he's sitting there and he has just nothing but questions. And he's not afraid
Fucking
to
sponge.
question an expert and go, okay, well, that doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
Explain this to me.
did you listen to that one with Candace Owens
Yes.
when
yes.
he called her out on the
Yep.
God, what the fuck was it about the environment?
Yep. Yeah, about the EPA.
Yeah.
And because she is, and I'm a fan of these Turning Point USA guys. I kind of like some of the stuff that they do.
Dude,
What is Turning Point USA?
But
Wait, before we do anything. Hey guys, welcome to the Designated Drinkers Podcast. My name is Carlo.
Angelo.
Tom,
Matt.
Thanks for joining us today, Matt. What is Turning Point USA? What is that?
Real quick before he gets into that, when Candace Owens started talking about the ozone and whatnot, and she's like, "Well, I don't really believe in it," and he's like, "Well, why? There's tons of evidence that proves that it actually happens," and she's like, "Well, yeah, but it was paid, blah blah blah, all this paid for stuff," and he's like, "Well, I mean, all science has to be funded." And then, he just started ripping it apart, and she's like, "Well, I don't really know that much about it." And he's like, "Well, then you shouldn't have an opinion on it." He was ripping her fucking apart.
He's really good. He's really fucking good at
And
that.
I was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "This is getting good."
Well, and
He's
that's
good at
what,
calling people out.
that's what I respect about him.
You don't give a fuck.
Joe is always of the opinion of hey, if you're an expert in something, I should be able to ask you any question, and you should be able to give me a detailed.
He had one on
And-
Egypt too. That was
Yeah.
interesting. I listened to that. That was really interesting.
So his thing is I should be able to ask you any question, and you should be able to answer it. And if you can't answer it, I'm going to ask you why. And if you come up with some bullshit that I can fucking call out, I'm going to call you out on it.
Did you guys see the one where he was talking to fucking, I don't remember, Guy Ritchie? No, not Guy Ritchie. Some guy that looks kind of like Guy Ritchie. And the guy was like, "What's the practical use of jujitsu?"
Oh, that was great.
Great. And Joe Rogan looks at him and he goes, "Well, if we were in an altercation, I would kill you." that was it.
And he probably would.
Basically, what we're saying is, Joe Rogan, please do our podcast.
So-
I know that you're never going to hear this, but please.
Joe Rogan, that's what I like about it.
He listens. He's like,
Joe's
"I won't, Tom. No,
Joe's
I
a
won't."
bad motherfucker, and like when you look at him
rolling
and stuff like that, he's a bad motherfucker.
Well,
and
he taught George St. Pierre that
spinning
back kick.
yeah. And did you listen to George St. Pierre podcast?
I did not.
He's got a
That's
podcast.
amazing.
Everybody's got a motherfucking
No.
podcast.
George St. Pierre doesn't have one. He was
he
on
was
Joe
in Joe-
Rogan's.
okay, on Joe Rogan.
And
Joe
it
Hogan.
was amazing. It was amazing. It was
I
a
would see
really
him
good
live.
podcast.
I'll have to download it and listen
Yeah, it
to
was
it.
really good. But the good thing about Joe is he's okay with saying, okay, I don't understand this. Teach me about it. And if you can't teach me about it, what the fuck is your opinion on it, and why are you giving it to me?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he did with Candace Owens. And
Dude,
it
was amazing.
the Turning Point USA is kind of it's a reinvigoration of the remember the grassroots kind of
Man, bear,
libertarian thing, when Obama was getting into office and all that. It's just a new thing for that. Right.
Like the Green Party. Is that what you're saying?
Where it's very 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 right wing. They claim to have their own opinions on stuff, but they really don't. They stick to the right rhetoric about
So like Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro and stuff like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
And they do and because I am a right leaning kind of guy, I do like the stuff, right?
I
there
do
is
to an
stuff
extent.
Well, there's stuff that I go, okay, you're out of your fucking mind. Like the EPA stuff. Like, okay, you've obviously never looked at any of the data. You can't possibly understand any of it, and you don't believe the people that are experts in this field. I can't back you on this.
That's because
I can't
it was
do
paid for by the government.
Exactly.
It's a conspiracy, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit bugs me so much. Just because
Just
I
like
understand
9/11.
there's some moments where you might not be able, might not trust the government, and I understand that. I get it. Mm-hmm. Right. But that does not mean that everything is a goddamn fucking conspiracy.
Yeah, it is, bro.
There's no fucking fisheye lens issue.
They're listening
the Earth
to you
is not
right now.
flat.
Well, it's like the thing like we were talking about before, right? Like where you have in the media, you are going to have sensationalized stories. You're going to have left, you're going to have right. You're not going to have the people like us that are a little bit left, a little bit right. You know what I mean?
That's
It's
half
like
the fucking population of the United States.
it's more than half. Yeah,
the
it's
population of the United
70%.
States.
I would say it's 70%. Your left and your right
What
is probably
makes
15.
me mad is they're giving people labels. Okay, it used to be Republican and Democrat.
Yeah.
Okay, when I was born in the 70s, and now there's all these different genres. You know, there's these grassroots, right wing, left wing, socialism, conservative. I mean, there's like
Ben Shapiro.
it's like
Yeah.
10 different things
Fucking-
now.
No.
I'm not a fan of him. I just look at him, and it's not even that like I'm not a fan of him because like maybe I might agree with some of the things he says, but I just look at him and he just looks like a Weasley guy.
You know what the problem with him is he is very, very, very smart, but he doesn't like listening to other people. So he thinks that he's right about everything.
I feel like in when I watch his stuff, like he talks down to people.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
You know what I
annoying.
mean? Which is not like, and especially when you're in a right wing kind of environment, that is not what you want to do because classically, if you look at the right wing, it is blue collar, right?
one-
Not highly educated, not so you don't. And he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer.
The one video
see?
the one video that I found funny with him was
Boy Scouts.
Yes, with the
Oh,
with
that
the
was so
girl.
good. Have you seen that, Matt?
No, I have
Yep.
not.
So
Dude.
it's been. You should explain it real quick for him and for
he-
our audience.
So this girl is talking about how they need to get rid of Boy Scouts, which obviously they did. It's just Scouts now.
Bullshit.
It is. I mean, I think it's bullshit, but they did it. So she was talking about it, and he was at a college, and this girl's like, "Well, it should just be Scouts because men and women are equal." And dude, he fucking tears this girl apart.
So-
and it was just like one of those things where it was like,
There was a point in the conversation though where she goes, and he's like, "Well, there's a separation there," and she goes, "Well, where does it say that? Where does it say that it can only be boys in it?" And he goes, "In the name, Boy Scouts."
Yeah.
and he ends the conversation there.
Her thing was that there's no difference, no physiological difference in gender.
but when you were
There
a kid, if there was even when you're like 9 or 10 and there's a cute girl, even though that you don't want to admit to your buddies, you're like distracted all the time. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's
Boys
ingrained
have
into our
peepees,
brains.
Girls have vaginas.
Vaginas.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, but you know what? My wife, who likes the movement that the women are trying to get some, she does like it, but but this is what she will say. This catches me every time. She says, "Oh, they have no problem with wanting that, which I like. I want them to start taking back some control." But she says there are some things that just can't be equal. She goes, "I cannot bench that 300 pounds over there like you can, which I can't anymore. But one time maybe I could. But you see what I'm saying? There are some things that women just cannot do. We're not trying to be mean about it. They just can't.
We've gotten to a point in this country where now if a guy feels like he's a woman, he can join a physical competition with women and just destroy them in
Are
the
you talking
competition.
about the wrestler?
I think it was.
Also an MMA fighter.
Yeah, but didn't that one transition to
Doesn't
a woman?
matter.
No, I understand that. But what I'm talking about is where if I was to say that I feel like a woman today, I could go compete in the discus throw in the women's track.
I think there'd be some red flags there. I think if they transition, it's different.
Well,
I mean,
no.
there's still
No.
that might have an advantage.
No.
But
But do you know what I'm saying? It's like that's ridiculous. Come on.
The fact that and here's what
Tell
like
you right now.
I'm not getting deep. I find it funny. Because
here's what I liked
stupid.
about Ben Shapiro's little talk with that girl, because she was trying to say that there was no difference between men and women physiologically and gender wise. And like I'm not going to say that a woman, if a woman does my exact job, does it just as well as I should or as I could, shouldn't earn the same amount of money. Absolutely, of course,
absolutely.
right? But there are physiological differences. There are
is.
biological differences, and there's difference. We're good at different things.
If there wasn't God, I can't even fucking talk today.
Physiology,
whatever. But if there wasn't that, then for the police academy, why do they have to do less work to get in?
Well, and that's what I'm saying. So
Real quick,
exactly.
before we drift out of Tom speaking like a Riri. So we were talking for a minute. And
I'm offended by that word, Riri.
He's like, hey man, if you need socks, you should go to Walmart. And I was like, oh really? Like what? He's like, oh yeah, dude, I just got these Fruit of Looms at Walmart. He literally said Fruit of Looms.
I was still buzzed, bitch. Fuck you.
At Walmart, and they were pretty cheap. And I look at him, I was like, hold up. Did you use it for Lulums? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you today? He was like, oh yeah, I'm a little buzzed.
So
Fruit of the Looms.
For like, I just look at it like, the girl was making just an asinine statement.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
And he said, the good thing about it, he goes, okay, how old are you? And she's like, whatever, I'm 21. He goes, why aren't you 64? Why can you not identify as a 64-year-old and get retirement right now? Because physiologically you are not 64. Like, there are biological and physiological rules that we all have to live by. And I'm sorry if you don't fucking like it, but guess what? That's just fucking life.
Well, the biggest biological aspect that really bothers them, or I guess you can say maybe hinders a woman in her life, would be the 9 months that she has to carry a child. We thank goodness don't have to do that.
We could never do it.
And we probably couldn't, exactly. I wouldn't like to even think about it. But
I'd be a lesbian.
Because of that fact, yeah. Yeah, well, we are lesbians. I'm a lesbian, you're a lesbian.
I love women.
I love women. But yeah, I think the fact that they have to
right.
carry for 9
women.
months, I think that really puts a restriction on some things, and I think that really kind of dampens a thing. So I know what you're saying, but my wife is smart enough to realize, look, I want women to be equal, and if they can do the jobs, get paid. But there's just some things that we cannot do. My wife is admitting this.
And I don't want to move past this subject, but I do have a question for all of you, and this is just a question we ask for once in a while, just to make sure. But have you guys checked if you're gay?
You piece of shit.
All the time.
Okay, we gotta explain this, man. So the one day we were on Xbox and we were fucking with Darian, and
well, it started with the podcast.
Something.
Where he said he was comfortable with his homosexuality.
Oh,
That's right. Yeah, and we were teasing him about that.
He meant to say that he was comfortable with his sexuality, but he said, I'm very comfortable with my homosexuality.
Oh,
and
man.
we started ripping him apart, and then the one day...
And you should.
And then the one day we're on Xbox, and we're like, hey, man, have you checked if you're gay lately? And he's like...
not we. I asked him that.
And then I jumped in, and I'm like, oh, yeah, dude, me and Carlo check if we're gay all the time. And he's like, well, what are you talking about?
He's like, no, I don't. Like, I know I'm not gay. I was like, have you checked, Darian? He's like, I don't need to check. I know I'm not gay. And I'm like, bro, once in a while, what I'll do is I'll pull up some, like, Pornhub or something, look at that stuff and go, nah, not into it, and walk away from it. Because I know that I'm not gay.
And then I told him, I'm like, yeah, dude, I check it at least once a day just to make sure. And then the whole time he was just sitting there getting super mad, super fucking butthurt.
So I always like to maybe tease, and ask everybody. And I actually asked Chris that too the other day, and he's like, I don't have to look at that to know I'm not.
But you know what?
But it's a funny question to ask people.
You know what?
Yeah, it's so funny.
You know what you do when they say I don't have to look at that to know, and you just look at them and you say, well, how do you know?
Yeah, that's exactly it. How do you know, bro?
Well, what I think again with labels, now it's bisexual. You know, guys who get turned on by females can also get turned on by males.
Yeah, but that's been a thing for a while.
Yeah, but
I remember back in high school, and that was what, like 6 years ago.
Yeah,
Don't you
it's
find
been a
that?
big
See,
thing.
my wife says that they're gay, and I say no, they're not gay. They still get turned on by females, and they get turned on by men. They're called bisexual. She goes, they're gay. I'm like, I don't know if you would I don't know. That's
Wait,
not gay. To me.
So
that's not gay.
You know, I think that
I mean, as long as you're not on the receiving end of it, I guess technically it's not gay.
it's
So-
not gay because he sucked my dick.
Exactly.
I get it. Okay.
I think bisexuality is liking both, but the moment that you fuck a guy, it's a little bit gay, bro.
Okay.
Well, I mean, but at that
Not that I'm
moment,
judging you. That's a little gay.
at that moment, it's gay. At the moment that you're fucking a broad, you're fucking straight. So it's
Yeah,
it's
so
it's,
that's
it's,
you're fluid.
But
so
what if
here's
you're
my
doing
thing.
both at the same time? Then what is it?
There you go. It's a party.
I mean, you're just having a good fucking time, I guess. I don't know.
That's a hell of a party.
Haven't
I
been
guess.
there yet.
It's a
but,
good time
you
until
know,
the schlong
whatever.
is by my face.
So,
Right,
anyways,
right.
real quick, I think it is a perfect time to transition. So, Matt and his wife just recently bought a house.
Yeah, you did.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I finally bought my first home. It's exciting.
Hey, Matt, I just have
That
a
was
quick
a
question.
horrible transition, by the way.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I have
you
a quick
fucked
question.
that
So,
up.
what were the selling points on this house?
Well, I guess my wife's going to find out. I don't care. But, we were actually getting a tour of the place, and it's built in 1920. It's the old switchboard office when they had switchboards with cell phones. It's not cell phones, but telephones, the things on the wall with the cords.
Wow.
It was a switchboard office. So it really is like a beautiful castle, a fortress looking. So that got me, excited to looking at it. But then when she took me outside in the backyard and I saw the 4-car garage and the nice little ladder like stairs. It's a stair, but it's just old school. It intrigued me. I said, let's go up there. She took me up there, unlocked the door, and when I walked into this humongous vaulted ceiling, an artist's dream come true. It's like a recording studio just waiting there. So to me, that's my craft, and I fell in love with it, and I paid a very, very, very large amount of money for just that little room over the garage. I didn't tell my wife this, but she knows I'm going to be spending a lot of time
Now
up
she
there.
knows.
Now she knows. So yes,
Yeah.
honey, I spend a very large amount of money for this little room. You guys can have the rest. I'll be up here with my beer and my guitar. I'll see you guys Saturday.
So,
Ain't a damn thing
did
wrong
you-
with that, man.
Did you ask your realtor there's a couple important questions that I told Ashley, my fiance, before we bought the house. I was like, the only thing I need to know, and I don't give a shit, you can pick the house, I don't care, is we have to ask them, A, is the house haunted? B, has anybody been murdered in this house? That is all I care about. If both of those are checked, I'm good. I don't care. We can fucking move in a shithole. That's what I told her. And, we got lucky. My house is not haunted.
Well,
Yeah.
I did ask her if anyone died. There's only been one family that owned this house.
Oh, okay.
Once it
wow.
converted from a business to a residential home.
It was a business.
And yeah, it was a switchboard office, with the phones. So
I just thought it was just that for
no,
sake of being that.
It was a business. But when they finally converted it to a residential home, it's only been one family there. She said her husband passed away in 2008. Now my children asked me, they said, "Did he die in the house, Dad?" She didn't specify. But I'm telling you right now, I
You're
think
like-
that answer would have been yes.
You're like, yes, so you
Yes.
better be good in school.
Yeah. Well, I haven't said yes or no yet, but I'm going to start saying yes because guess what? It's true. There is something going on in my home, and I've only been there since Monday, and here we are. It's
Jesus.
just a couple of days, 2-3 days.
What's been
Something's
going
going on. I like to explain science away. I'm not one to say that's a ghost. That ain't me. That's my wife. My wife is the person that says, we have ghosts.
It's a ghost.
And what she said to me was that she's hearing like fingernails on the inside of the sliding glass door banging very loud, like 6 to 5 times repetitiously.
Might just be the wind.
I tried to tell her some things. She says, no, I thought my mother was here because my mother does that. It sounded like tapping to get somebody's attention. She says, it was not
dude, get
anything.
the fuck
She goes,
out of here.
they were trying to get my attention. She goes, maybe they don't want us here. I don't know what's going on. She goes, but then I'm laying in bed with her head on the wall watching TV. And she said there was a bang, like a humongous wrecking ball almost hit the wall on the outside of the house. It pushed her head off the wall. That's how hard it was. I says, my goodness. I said, could that be the air conditioner? She goes, no, it was extremely loud, and somebody or something hit the wall. There is nobody over there to do that. There was nobody there.
I would explain all those things away, mainly because I don't want to believe that there's a ghost in your house.
Well, I would too.
I don't want to. Matt, you might be true. I just don't want to believe it. I want to believe that.
Well,
nothing is wrong.
I'm never gonna come over. I'll put it
Just so
that
you know.
way. I don't need to bring that shit home with me. I don't really believe in it, but I'm not bringing it home.
My boy has his room
Not
upstairs
taking any fucking risks.
in an attic. My boy has his room. It's a dual room in an attic. And when I went up there last night, I did feel some very scary things, like my hair sticking up. I felt like someone was watching me. I felt a cold spot in the room that just is not normal. So I don't know.
Well,
it might also be new house jitters because you're in a new place, you're not used to it. I would give it some time.
How long were you guys at the other house?
Well, it was just a rental. My sister was she owned a home and she rented it to us for about a year and a half. I was looking for a home and I finally found one. So
but I mean, basically, you guys got kind of comfortable there, right?
we did. It was an old farmhouse. We didn't like the all the mice and all the things that went along with the farmhouse.
This is basically just an adjustment period. So it could just have to do with the fact that you guys are in a new house.
So you think it might be psychological?
It could be.
I think so. I mean, it doesn't help if it won't hinder the fact if you like call a priest or something.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead, Angela.
My wife's, or I guess my aunt, my wife's aunt, has they have an old fucking home in Iowa, and they are convinced that this thing is haunted.
well, that's where they went wrong.
Yeah, well,
Old
they're
home
from
in
there,
Iowa.
so, yeah, it's one of those things. Like they're convinced that it's haunted. I can't. I've never come across anything that I can't
Explain.
explain. So I'm in a different state of mind than anybody that has, right? So I'm not gonna say that it's bullshit because you know what, I've never had that experience. But anything that I've ever come across where I'm like, oh, this is fucky, I'm like, okay, here's
There's
how I can
usually an
explain this, and I can usually I can get down to the bottom of it. But if you can't get down to the bottom of it, like, hey. Like with the air conditioning and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
It does make a loud noise. It does make a loud noise. So I was telling you.
But you do this for a living, so it's like it's one of those things. Like, hey, if you can't explain it, well, fuck Stains. I can't explain it.
I'll be honest, man. There's sometimes that like I do believe in spirits and stuff, but I don't like. I'm not like one of those guys that's like, oh yeah,
dude. I still remember to this day when you and Jesse were telling me about these fucking, like, Jesse, holler at you, bro. When you and Jesse, oh, god damn it, do you guys hear it too?
Yeah,
it's a ghost.
Don't worry about it.
It's a ghost telling us to stop talking about it.
It is.
It's this dick.
It's something making this weird.
Jesse and Tom. I remember back in high school we were hanging out.
Was it when we fucked with you?
No, that was not.
Is it when they fucked you?
Maybe. I was sleeping. Anyways,
Cosby
we were
style.
sitting at a table. This was before you guys started fucking with me about ghosts, because that's when I said I don't fuck with ghosts. Fuck that.
That's where you went wrong. Why
Right.
would you tell us that?
But he sent me we were talking, and you guys started talking about the fact that you were at a house, and it was haunted, like definitely haunted, like to the point where like whenever you guys hung out there, for example, like Olivia would have like scratch marks on her or some shit like that, and like you, like every single time you hung out there you felt like a presence or something. And Jesse said that he would see fucking people walking around, and I'm like, man, I feel like these guys are fucking me. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I don't fuck with ghosts. That's the one thing I don't fucking do, motherfuckers. So I'm just telling you, if you're fucking with me, cool, but
Okay, so I just got to tell the story real quick. So he tells us that he doesn't fuck with ghosts.
that's after that. So I don't know.
I know, but he tells us that he doesn't fuck with ghosts. And then, like, the one night he was over, we were all over a buddy's house, and Jesse had this book, like the ghost story book or something. And
Goosebumps?
No, it was like old folk tales or whatnot. And there was this one about this woman who, like, took her kids down to the river and drowned them or some shit. And it was like some Mexican tale or something, I think.
La Llorona.
Yeah, so
It's a woman that lost her kids.
So it was this thing where everybody would hear her say "mis hijos." So he goes upstairs and goes to bed, And like we walk upstairs and we were fucking with him and we were like, Misios, and he got up, he's like, fuck you guys. He's like, I'm not doing this shit. Fuck you. Like he got so fucking mad. Like we freaked him out so bad.
And then the thing is, I went back to sleep and these motherfuckers didn't stop. That's the issue with being good friends with people. These fuckers won't stop. So,
Dude, it was so
what ended up
great.
happening is I went back to bed, and then Jesse played like a sound bite of like a witch laughing, like yeah, like I was sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear yeah, like as I was sleeping, and I fucking wake up out of a dead sleep. I was like ah, and they're like laughing at me and shit like that, and then they gave me the fuck is it called?
Hand job?
Yeah, they should have. Fucking tell me about it. What was it? Bentley's? No, what is that? Chocolate like fucking drink? Alcohol. We were underage.
Bailey's.
Bailey's.
And then they were like, "Yeah, relax. We're just fucking with you. You know what? We're done fucking with you because we're adult. We're more adult than you are. Here's some Bailey's.
Dude,
Drink it and go back to bed."
Me and Jesse were horrible influences on people. It was so bad. Like
They were I'm not gonna lie though. Tom and Jesse were the grown-ups of our group.
Where's that guy?
We
don't really hang out with him all that much
Talked to
anymore.
him in a minute.
But I mean, I actually just recently talked to him. But
Yeah.
we talk every once in a while. We both kind of do our own thing.
Maybe
but
I'll message him, see if maybe he wants to get a drink or something.
So back to me
Yeah.
getting down
I
to the
miss him.
bottom of this. I guess what I did was I'm gonna hook up a camera. I just went out to a garage sale and I just bought a tripod.
Yeah.
A really nice tripod, and I have a camcorder.
Why didn't you
Nice.
just call me?
I should have. Yeah, I should have. But I needed to get this done. I'm gonna set it up in my kitchen, aiming towards the bathroom. And the bed and the living room because that's where a lot of the stuff she's
The
saying
one
is going
thing
on.
I like.
Sometimes it's better not knowing.
Yeah,
I'm just
sometimes
saying.
I don't know. I
I'm
want to
just
see.
telling you right now. If this is the last time Matt chases on the podcast, I'm just saying right now, Matt, we love you. We care about you. Sorry you got haunted.
And just so you know, Matt, that tripod joke was a bad joke about my penis.
I know.
It was a really bad joke.
Yeah.
That's what we didn't
No,
acknowledge.
sometimes it's better not knowing. I'm just going to
Yeah,
tell you
dude.
that. So just keep that in
So
mind.
I guess if I do catch something way
Yeah.
off the cuff on
send
my
it to the
film, what do I do?
designated-
Do I call
You
it
send
please?
it to the designated
Oh,
drinkers
yeah,
podcast,
I
and we
don't know.
post it on Facebook.
All right, we'll do that.
I mean, it's one of those things. Like, I mean, I don't know. Is there an actual remedy for it? Because if in fact there is a ghost,
Dude, that's
that
giving
is-
me the
that
fucking
is-
creeps. Get the fuck out of my house! God damn it!
Yeah,
oh my god!
if in fact there is something, like I don't think that fucking a priest is going to be able to help it. Like I think if it's
Yeah,
there,
man, call the
hey,
Vatican.
guess what, dude? You're kind of fucked. You might want to make it dinner and
Well, that's what I'm saying.
talk about what kind of shit do you like
Take-
because
right.
I'm gonna make it.
I got 30 years with this thing. I'm in a 30-year loan.
Yeah.
yeah,
you're-
that's the one thing
I
about
gotta live
like,
with this thing for 30 years.
Yeah, you make it dinner.
You make it
See
fucking
what kind of
happy.
drink
you let
it likes.
You let it fuck you if it wants to. You
Yeah.
just let
Oh.
whatever happen happen.
I'm not sharing my wife.
Did I show you hand job cabin?
what
Yes,
the fuck?
dude. That was the funniest fucking video.
There's this fucking video. I think it was like break.com or something like that. But it was hand job cabin. And it was just this ghost.
It was like a mockery.
it was like a spoof of a horror film. But it was just this
This ghost in the
that gives
cabin would,
dry hand jobs. And she just fucking jerks you off until you die.
and everybody.
I
in
hope
the
you
cabin
don't
was
have a
like-
hand job cabin.
I hope not.
and everybody in the cabin was like, "No, not me!" And then
Yeah.
she started jerking him off, and he's like, "Oh God,
There's
it's so
nothing worse than a
bad."
hand job.
But no, it's just funny because like the reason why I think that it's kind of like new house jitters is because I know there's been
Yeah, man, I think so too.
there's been a couple times where like those paintings that I bought, like I don't know, I always heard weird shit like if you buy something from somebody else and like whatever, so like I bought these paintings off these people off of Facebook and I hung them up on the wall, and for like the first week that I had them, they like creeped me out at night because I'm like, did that motherfucker move? I'm like, what? Like, you walk out in the living room at night and you're like, wait.
You know what
second.
fucks with me? During Halloween, they have those like
But it doesn't do it
animated
anymore.
paintings.
Yeah,
where,
fuck that
like,
shit.
Like the eyes will track you.
No, fuck
and you can put
that.
them up, dude. Those fuck me up. Like especially when I go by there, I'll look and the eyes are following you. And like if you press the button, it changes from because it's just a screen, right? It changes from a thing to like a person like going and I'm like, fuck that. Not doing that.
Dude,
Nope.
that would be such a good prank to do to somebody. Buy them one of those pictures where, like, when you move, it looks like the eyes move.
Oh my god!
And
dude,
then just
fuck
be like,
that.
dude, I got you this painting. It's pretty sweet, isn't it? And then,
Dude,
like,
it
one
dates-
morning, they're like, dude, you need to get this fucking thing out
fucking-
of my house.
The thing
fucking
is,
Vigo.
you got to play it up. It's like, I got you this painting. Happy birthday. It cost me like $300. I hope you really like it. Like, whoa, you shouldn't spend that much money on me. Yeah, no, bro, it's all good. I really, really like. It dates back to like the 1500s, man. Like,
I just really thought of you when I.
yeah. So I really, I would appreciate it if when I like come over, it's hung up, and like that's how you fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just thinking of Vigo from Ghostbusters 2.
Oh yeah, and that big picture of him standing in
Vigo is a
self-portrait
Carpathian.
with the long
Yeah.
hair, and he comes out and grabs the baby.
Yeah.
Classic,
That's all I'm thinking about
classic
right now.
movie.
So when did you guys move into the new house?
Yeah, it was Monday, so just about 72, about a week now, so about a week almost.
Are you still in packing phase?
Yeah, I still got some boxes, in the closet, and we have his and her closets, and so we
Nice.
got a lot of stuff to hash out. But I'm really concerned, about it. But what can you do?
yeah, I'm telling you right now, man. It's new house jitters.
I'm gonna watch the kids, make sure the kids, because they say kids can see them more than we can. So I'm gonna try to see. If the
but that's
kids
the
are
thing
seeing
is
things.
you can't fall into that trap either.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause
that's
they-
the thing. Is like you got to run the scientific experiment, right? Like, so if the kids hear nothing about it, and
Don't mention it.
and
I
they
haven't
see
yet to them.
something, then you might have something, right? But if they know nothing about it and
Like, don't
they
even-
mention nothing about it, it's
Okay.
probably going to
Like,
be
yeah,
a biased, just a confirmation
Right,
bias
an
of like.
implant in their head.
Like, don't even mention a thing about it to them. You tell your wife not to say anything about it. And even then, especially kids, they're what's it like, moldable, right? Like if
Malleable, yeah.
malleable. Like if it's, you think it's that one.
I think it's this one.
If you think that fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. They're more malleable, so they're
Right.
gonna be more afraid. So at the beginning, you definitely want to go on, and you got to tell your wife too about that. Like, hey, there's no ghosts here.
Yeah.
Well-
That's fucking bullshit. There's nothing here. Like it's all about like confirming to yourself first,
Now,
and then
if-
to your wife,
well,
so
the
that
other
they don't
thing
see
is-
that.
No,
Even if you think that, even if there's like an inkling thought that there might be something there.
Now,
You
if
can
you if
kill
you,
it.
if your kid comes up to you and is like, yeah, I have a new friend.
His name's Tommy.
Yeah. Then you'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And
Well-
you'd be like, "In my room." And
Oh,
you're like-
dude, you just gave me like fucking like just
At
shivers
that
up my
point, you're
spine.
I
like, you're
know.
like, "We're going to a fucking hotel.
Well,
Fuck this house.
there's
We're
also
getting
the-
insurance money.
What?
Where are the
I
matches?"
just spent a lot of money. What do you mean?
There's also the experiment that you can run, right? Like where you can say, like, okay, boom, boom, boom. All right,
I got you in my
I have
room.
understand what's in my head, and then you can,
Right.
the kids around, and you're like, oh, this fucking clown. You know what I mean? And then there's never a clown, but they're all like, oh my god, I saw this clown. There you go. That's where your confirmation bias.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like you can do stuff like that,
All
but
right.
the biggest thing is like you make sure that it's when you and the wife are in bed alone. If you don't have a fucking 3-year-old in your bed all the time like I do.
No, thank goodness.
Yeah, so it's like one of those things. Like it's talked about at that point, very lowly.
Okay.
Don't even let them hear about
But
it,
at the
man.
same time, like I said, I've never had the experience, so I can't debunk it.
And the thing about it is, I won't have that experience because I have 2 questions when I ever move. Has anyone been murdered here? You better answer me, bitch. And is this house haunted?
So the last house that I had, there was actually the guy that lived there was a World War II vet, and he had died in the room or whatever. It was my daughter Christine's room, and we never saw anything fucking funky. I tried to look around. I was hoping to find like a fucking M1 or something like that, like
Right.
some old school like
Some
World
old
War II.
ordnance.
Yeah. Dude, I was hoping. I think they grabbed all that stuff, but it was funny. They had all this like the guy had all these like old school coffee cans
Oh, cool.
with nails in it, and change and all that. Like it was just funny. It was like old 1950s like Folgers coffee cans, the
That's
metal
how they rolled
ones.
back then, man.
Yeah.
Big on coffee cans.
And like even the house that we live in now, like the guy that used to live there, he has these Rolling Rock.
Yeah.
the hardcore cardboard boxes.
Old school.
To where, I mean, to me, that's stuff that is really fucking cool. And I like I said, I've never seen any ghosts in the house or anything like that. But the historical stuff, like he has Strohs and Rolling Rock in those real thick cardboard, like that you pull apart. You know, I mean, all the bottles are still in there.
Did you drink them?
No, there was none. There was
Probably
none.
skunked.
There was none full in there, which leads me to believe that I probably would have liked this guy. So yeah, I mean, it's just like stuff like that to me is cool.
Yeah, it
you
is.
know, have you found anything cool in your house like that yet?
You know what? There is a crawl space up in my son's room in the attic, and
Nice.
I opened it up, and there is some cool stuff in there.
You know,
can
it
see
could just be a hobo.
Yeah, it could be a squatter, huh?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I doubt
No,
it.
I'm just
but,
kidding.
You know, I'm gonna have to go in there, but it's all full of cobwebs, so I have to clean it out first. But I will go
Yep.
in there and I will take a look and see what the stuff is. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know. If you don't see me at work, Tom, in a few days, you know what happened. But
I don't see you at work now. Where have you been?
I've been moving.
I hope you don't get that fucking ghost hand jibber. And
Right. Don't just think every noise.
And if you
is a-
do,
Yeah, man.
if you do get the ghost hand jibber, just let it happen.
yeah, just
But like I said, man, all you gotta do is definitely be the one rock where everyone's like, you know, maybe Dad's right. Maybe there's no ghosts and Mom's a little crazy. No
Except-
offense to your wife, of course,
Yeah,
but
right.
Except that one day when your kid comes up and he has no idea that you even thought that there were ghosts in the house. At that point, you're like,
where they're
Yeah.
running through the fucking living room with a little red balloon. You're like, oh, get the fuck out of here.
or,
You're kicked
or
out of the
if
house
they
forever.
If they say, "Here's my friend Tommy,"
Yeah.
he's telling me at night that I have to tie your shoes together when you get a. It's
Yeah.
like that. Then you know, like, okay, well maybe Tommy needs to go home for the rest of his life. Maybe let's trap him in like
And then-
a box.
and then your
let's call a
kid-
priest.
Hey, then
and
you
the-
can get that thing that we recorded you on to trap the ghosts.
Yes, that would be sweet.
Hiya, Georgie. And then your kid's like, well, he is home. That's what he keeps telling me. And then at that point, you're like, all right,
That
maybe,
means we got problems.
yeah.
do it.
Yep.
Then you call the priest. Then you get the priest over there and you say, hey guy, either you fix this or I'm fucking moving in with you. All right.
All right. And with that, here's an ad.
Hey guys, this is Joe from the Designated Drinkers Podcast. If you like us, why don't you send us a review on iTunes or Podbean? Also, why don't you join our Facebook community? We post a lot of fun and inviting things that I know you'll enjoy. It's like listening to the podcast, but it's all the time on social media. So how can you not love something like that? Send us your comments. Send us questions we can use on the podcast. Also, send us videos. We love to be a part of your lives because you're a part of ours pretty much every Saturday, right? So, you know, give it to your friends. Share it with your friends also. They'll probably like the podcast. In fact, I know they will. And as always, keep on drinking, guys. We love you.
Y'all heard of Russian smack fests?
I never have. I'm not gonna lie. What the hell is a Russian smack?
Bunch of really big Russians smacking each other in the face. They also try to knock each other out.
It's pretty entertaining.
What?
Yeah, for like a minute.
Yeah,
like
then
a
it got
minute,
boring.
Yeah, it gets boring because they're just literally standing in front of each other with a referee and they're smacking each other really hard in the face.
As hard as they physically can.
Yeah,
Oh my
and it's I don't know. I think it's kind of dumb.
I thought that was pretty funny.
What's the point?
Trophy,
You got to show dominance.
bragging rights.
Yeah, you can. That's why they have MMA, and in Russia, that's why they have judo.
In
And that's why they also have smacking
in Mother Russia,
competitions.
KO fuck you.
What?
In Mother Russia, KO's fuck you.
Just that whole.
See, this is where we
Thing.
need a soundboard.
Is that whole meme? Man, fuck you. If anybody, first of all, if we had a soundboard, if anybody was running the soundboard, it'd be me, and I wouldn't make fun of me, bitch.
Well, see, that's not fair.
He would say
You have to
more
make
than
fun of
stuff.
yourself, too,
You can
bitch.
suck my dick. Fair doesn't have to be fair for you, bitch. Fair is fair for me.
Well,
This is Trump's America.
you know.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Matt, what are your thoughts on This Is America? Have you heard it? You're a musician.
What song is that?
The Childish Gambino one.
The Childish.
Just curious.
No,
We don't have to go deep into
I
it.
didn't hear it, so I probably wouldn't be. Proper
okay, no,
to,
it's all good.
Comment on it.
Why don't we pause it and show it to him?
Because
Because
you know
we've
why?
talked about it.
Oh,
It's because he's an adult.
Yeah,
I get it, man. Life
I don't
life
know.
gets in
Is
the
it on
way.
the radio? Is it on the radio? I don't listen to
No,
the radio
probably
very
not.
much. I don't
It's
listen to the
it's a
radio.
music video.
You definitely don't want to listen to it on the
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah,
no, you
dude,
don't.
it'll hurt your feelings.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I don't know. He's speaking about the country. Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
dude. Yeah,
And the
Not-
state of it.
Not necessarily speaking about it. It's more of a video
yeah. It's a video.
that he called a song.
Well,
Yeah.
artists
It's actually art.
and musicians feel the need to speak out if they feel something's wrong with the country. as
Right,
you
like
know
your
I
song,
did.
man.
But you start
Yeah,
getting
but
into
his is a
politics.
song.
You start getting into politics and stuff, and you're gonna get people that hate you and like you. You're gonna start forming
Yeah,
lines.
well, with it, I wanted to actually bring it up at the last episode that we talked about your song, because in his interview, he had an interview, and an interviewer was like, "Well, can you tell us what your song's about?" And he's like, "No, it's not something I can do, because you should represent." You should get out. You can get out of that. So you can get from that song whatever you need to get from that song, and that's it. That's all I can say about it. Because if I say something, it's gonna ruin what you get out of it, what he gets out of it, when somebody else gets out of it.
He's not trying to put in any kind of bias.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Matt, for you, I honestly think that it's a video that you should watch, because I think it's something that you could appreciate, because
Yes.
you are an artist. So, the lyrics are by no means
Non-existent.
good. But the video,
They're not meant to.
Yeah, but the video in the background, it kind of shows his view of America, I guess you could
Yeah.
say.
Okay, that's important. Yeah.
It's definitely interesting to watch.
Yeah, it is.
Well, and his view is
It's better to watch it on mute.
his view is very.
It's not.
It's valid. His view is valid.
Yeah.
The song is absolute just fucking horse shit.
Horse crap,
All right,
yeah,
but
okay.
and
I
because
don't know,
there's
man.
no.
From what I heard, Angelo, you got really into the Gambino train for a minute.
no, listen,
there.
listen.
I like the beat,
dude.
of it.
Like, yeah, if
Dude,
you
the
were to
beat's
take
sick.
if you were to take the what is supposed to be lyrics out of it, and especially the beginning of it, I'm like, I love this shit. Like, it's really good.
Right.
The beginning of it is fucking amazing, and I'm like, dude, I want you to turn this into a song.
Okay.
He failed to do such task, but
Yeah, I'm
like-
gonna disagree with that.
because we've already established
Yeah,
you have shitty
we-
taste in music.
Sure,
but
that's what it is. Yep.
no, but
We're not
it's
gonna
just like,
we're not gonna beat you guys' ears with "This Is America" discussion again.
It's it's a cool, like, I after I talked to Carlo about it and, like, really kind of watched it again and again, like, okay, I get what you're trying to say. I don't agree with the method that you went about it, but
Here,
that is art, right? Because
I'll-
I don't have
It
to
is,
agree
it
with
is.
it.
I'll sum it up. I think that you should watch it. I think that you'll find it interesting.
yeah,
I'm
I think
check
so
it out.
too.
It
You
is
should
a
check it out.
piece of art. It is not, in my opinion, it is not a song. It is a piece of art.
Okay.
It
Thanks
should
for
not.
filling
Yeah,
me in.
it should not be listened to or like.
It should be watched.
It should be watched.
Yeah.
I definitely-
Experienced.
Just like Shakespeare. You shouldn't read it. You shouldn't read any
Just like
Shakespeare.
porn. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
read porn.
Yeah.
If you read porn, it would be weird. You'd be like,
Imagine
oh
it's called,
yeah,
it's called
put it
fan
in my
fiction
ass.
or erotica.
That would be great. Imagine a
It does
porn
exist,
dialogue, like as a one woman
A porn script.
vagina monologue of porn.
Karen walks
Like,
into her apartment thinking
Yeah.
to herself, "My week has been so rough.
but here's
I need to be rough too."
but here's the robber.
I'm gonna fuck you. Hey, I think we got into that point on the podcast where we're gonna go to our Ask Reddit question of the night. That doesn't mean we're ending the episode.
Oh, I was going to say already. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
yeah,
that we've been
we're-
recording.
Yeah,
that long.
but we're gonna ask the question. That doesn't mean we're ending the episode. We're just gonna ask it now, though.
This better be a
God,
good
I
one.
have that stupid beat stuck in my head now.
Na 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 na. Don't copyright us.
Nah.
Okay, so the question from Ask Reddit is by Suede Petty, and it
Ooh.
says, "What is something that instantly killed the crush you had on someone?" So this goes back to you old timers because you gotta have to really think about it.
I would
Jesus.
say their personality. If I saw somebody and then I saw them and like do something bad in a bad light and make a bad decision that maybe hurt others, it wouldn't matter how good looking they were or how they made my heart skip. I would say to myself, well, they just treated somebody the way I wouldn't treat them, so I don't want to be affiliated with that person.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with it's very similar along the lines of what Matt said. It's fake, right? Like if you're one way with certain people and you're one way with certain people, and then when we're together you're another certain way, fuck yourself. Get out of here. If you're not calling people fucking cocksuckers all the time, I don't want to. Dude, be who you are.
All right, Joey Diaz, calm down over there.
No, that's
fucking
but you know what I'm
cocksucking
saying?
motherfucker.
That's the thing. Like, look, if I can call you a fucking asshole in front of my wife, in front of my fucking kids, in front of my family, my wife's family, whatever. If I call you an asshole, you're an asshole. That's it.
I remember I used to have a crush on this girl back in high school, and to me, it's a connection you have with your family, right? And she started, like, every single time I would hear her, she would complain about her family, and that, like, struck a nerve with me. First of all, I hate complainers. I hate whiners altogether, but she was just always whining about her family and, like, about her, like, that always, like, oh, I just don't like my brother. He's just the dick all the time. Oh, I just don't like it. Like, you know, he comes over and, like, you know, grabs my stuff, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm done with this. Like, this is annoying now. I don't want to deal with this. But yeah, that one, that's the one for me.
Tom?
How about you, bro?
I know that there was a time that I dated this girl that didn't like my mom, and it kind of pissed me off a little bit because, like, we were literally dating for, I think, I don't know, like a week and a half, and then she's like, "Your mom's super fucking annoying." I'm like, "Well, you have a nice one." That was pretty much it. No,
Wow.
the other thing is
fucking bye bitch.
She fucked up. You can't talk about a guy's
yeah,
mom.
no. Here's only I can talk about my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even then,
Yeah.
Here's the one thing that I found really annoying. When I worked at the bar, there was this girl who used to come in there all the time, and she was really cute. And I'm like, all right, you know, I could get down with that, whatever. And the one day I decided to go up and talk to her, and she literally, I know this is going to sound shallow as fuck, but she literally had the most annoying voice that I've ever heard in my entire life. And it just completely turned me off of it.
That's a real thing. That's a real
I
thing.
can't fucking do this. Like, it was almost like that Fran Drescher voice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Get out now.
dude, it was so bad.
I always think of, like, the chick from Friends. What's her name?
oh my god,
Janice.
What the fuck, Janice?
Well,
Yeah.
it's also kind of like, you know, Fran Drescher wasn't that bad looking of a woman back in the day. You
Not
know what
that
I'm saying?
bad. Like, she was hot
and,
as
and
fuck,
then, like,
dude.
she'd start talking, and you're like, oh god, I
Yeah.
can't do this. Like,
You're gonna shove a fucking sock in her mouth and fucking throw it in her beehole.
Jesus Christ. No, but I won't ever forget that. It freaked me the fuck out because, like, it was like, hey, how you doing? And she turned around and she's like, hey, I'm like, oh my god, fuck no.
No, yeah.
All right, have a good one.
So,
Wow.
Carla, do you want to talk about the current events thing that we were talking about on the messenger thing?
Well, hang on. So I do want to read the question, the answer for the top answer on Reddit.
God, Angel, fuck.
So the top answer on Reddit, it's by Superman81, and it says she was crazy hot, but let her dogs poop in her apartment.
What
And
the fuck?
And she would leave it there for days. I'm talking dog poop, dried and hard, just chilling in her kitchen, living room, bedroom, whatever. And she thought I was weird for having an issue with it.
It shows she's lazy. Get out now.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, dude.
And has no hygiene that can possibly.
Yeah,
she
that's
can die from
disgusting.
that.
Because you know, look, if your kitchen is fucked up, that monkey's fucked up.
Maybe she has no sense of smell.
Either way,
That
man,
would drive
that's
me
fucking, that would drive me
nuts.
out the door.
I know a guy
Yeah.
like that has no fucking sense of smell, but I can guarantee you.
If there was a dog turd in the middle of
I
the
mean,
floor,
because
you'd
I
pick
mean,
it up.
it's not just like, you know, you're not in a fucking a deprivation tank. Like, you can see the fucking turd there. Like,
What if she's also blind too and she doesn't know?
I mean, if you're fucking Helen Keller, like, well played, sir. Do what you got to do. You might want to pick up the shit for her because she can't do it.
Right.
But anything other than that, like, pick up the fucking, like, I mean, look, my dog's shit in my house. Like, it's not. This isn't. If you have pets, they kind of do what they want. You know what I mean? It's like you can
Not my
train
dog.
it to a certain extent. Your dog's never shit in your house.
When we first got him.
Okay,
of course,
cool,
absolutely.
Yeah. So your dog shit in your house. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The dog does what he wants. You can train that out of him, but
Yeah, he did
For
it
the
twice, and he learned real quick not to fucking do it again.
well, I mean, look, however you want to fuck your dog, that's fine. But you know, my dog's not gay.
Really?
I'm just kidding. No, my dog is totally.
I was
fucking
gonna
gay,
say
dude.
your dog is super
Yeah.
gay.
Oh, really?
No. Oh yeah, dude.
And
Like,
he's all
humping your
he
leg, or-
sniffs dick. No,
No,
he doesn't hump legs.
He's a bottom.
But if there's a fucking dog around, a male dog, he's sniffing that dick all day long.
Wow.
and,
Yeah,
and
gay
not,
dog.
not only that, but his dog is a bottom. I
Yeah.
hate to say
power
it, man.
bottom. Power bottom.
Oh, really?
No, there's no power about that, man. I saw Thor get on him that one time.
Dude.
There was
Look,
nothing
Thor scares
powerful.
me when he tries to fuck my leg. Okay.
Holy
But so it's like one of those things. Like like my dog is shit in my house before. I look at it and I go, oh, dog shit in my house. You pick up the fucking turd. You grab the fucking pet, whatever it is, cleaner, whatever you have. And you take care of it. You don't
Dude,
just leave a fucking turd
I
sitting
won't-
on your fucking it gets hard out in the fucking lawn.
I won't
so I can pick it
forget-
up, not in my house.
I won't forget the first time that Diesel took a shit in the house because he was pacing around and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, lay down. And he walks over in the corner and he like kind of squatted for a second. I'm like, don't fucking do it. And I got up and I'm like, let's go. And he just looks at me and he like made complete eye contact and took a shit in the middle of the floor.
the worst part.
I'm
the
like,
worst
you
part.
son of a bitch.
The worst part about the eye contact is the fact that he goes, "You got my back if somebody attacks me, right, bro?" As he's making eye contact with you, because
Yeah.
that's exactly his mentality. He's like, "If somebody attacks me, you gotta fucking alert me because I'm taking a shit. I'm really vulnerable."
that's
what he did.
That's fucking
do you have
wolf
any-
style right
Do you have
there.
any pets, Matt?
No, see, that's what my wife, she keeps hinting she wants a small dog for the new house, and I'm just trying to find excuses and lie to her why we can't have one. I don't have a good excuse. Maybe you can help
You don't
me.
want You don't want a dog?
You're not a dog guy?
I just, not right now. When I found out how much I paid for this house, I really don't want to see it ruined by what you guys have just been
Oh,
portraying.
no.
Of
Yeah, I got you.
pooping, peeing, chewing, training. I'm concerned about that.
No, it makes sense. It totally makes
I
sense.
like dogs, and I've had many family pet. I'm not ready right now to watch my house just go up in flames from an animal.
You know
doing
what? The
things.
one thing that I
Hey, just a
will
ghost.
the,
Just to go
The-
up
I was
dealing
gonna
with
say you
that.
got kids, man. That thing's going up in flames.
I know.
the one thing that I would recommend you is, like me, as much as I love my dog, I kind of wish that we would have waited like a year after we got the house, just because like this way we could kind of do what we want. Once you get a dog, that's pretty much out the window.
Are you listening, honey?
I mean,
You said wait a year.
That's just my personal opinion. I wish me and Nicole would have waited a little bit longer
Makes
before we got
sense.
the dog.
I got it.
I mean, I love him to death. I would never get rid of him. Well, sometimes I would like to, but
Dude, my wife, I fought my wife for years
and
about
now
getting a
that's
cat.
your dog.
No.
A cat.
No, the dog that we have, that's my fucking dog. Like that's my
Oh,
dude.
you were talking about
Because
fucking the devil.
I am. Me and that dog are the only males in the house.
Oh, yeah.
The guinea pig, 2 daughters, and a wife. Okay, we're the only sources of testosterone, and his
and
balls
the cat
are gone.
now. Isn't the cat a woman?
Yeah,
No,
so that's what
yeah.
I'm saying. There's 4 females in the house, and me and him are the only sources of testosterone.
Where'd
so,
you learn how to count? Your wife, your 2 daughters, guinea pig, cat. That's 5.
Shit, dude, I'm losing it. I'm fucked.
Jersey school
Look,
system
yeah,
right there, bro.
exactly. We've already spoke about this, but
You're
yeah, it's just like
fuck.com.
You know, I
that
keep hearing
dog
you
is my
steal his
fucking
lines today,
dude.
bro.
I can't
Fuck
help it, man. I
.com.
like that line. I
We,
don't know what it is.
me and that dog, we just cower in the corner together sometimes, and we're just like, there's so much.
Yeah,
fucking
especially
estrogen.
during. Oh, actually, you don't, dude. I fear for you, Angelo.
You
Your
should.
daughters are gonna get old, and once they get old, they're gonna like get that time of the month shit, and
Bro.
then everyone's gonna sync
You
up.
have
Like
no clue.
you and the guinea pigs are gonna have like be hiding and shit. It's gonna suck.
You have no clue what I'm dealing with right now. Like honestly,
No
like,
shit.
wait till you have a fucking daughter that starts needing to wear a bra
He's not going to have to worry about that
Like,
if he finishes doggy.
because your son's 15,
Science.
My
Right.
son's 15, my daughter's 10. Yeah.
and we're starting to get to that point,
Yeah.
right? Like it's like,
questions. You know.
and this is something that you go,
Science.
Right.
go talk to your mother. I can't. I don't know how to deal with this. And if you have some fucking hints, fill me in, bro, because I have no fucking clue how
Yeah,
to
it's
deal
called
with this.
a big old padlock on the door.
Chastity belt. Yeah. It's a scary thing though.
It is. It's a touchy situation. It really is.
Yeah.
It's hard for men to broach it with their daughter because we know how we were when we were young.
Exactly.
You know, the one-
we're
That's the
being
worst
hypocrites.
part.
We're
Yeah.
being
That's the
hypocrites,
worst
really, to
part.
be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you would have finished doggy, you would have had a boy.
That's bullshit. Shut the fuck
It's
up.
science, bitch.
I
I'm
don't
telling
know.
you. It's fucking science.
I don't
Science
know, Tom.
alert right there.
don't know.
Doggy
Science
style,
alert.
you get a boy. In a story.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
totally.
What do you get for reverse cowgirl?
Probably a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's all the power, right?
No, you get a fucking lady boy. You get a fucking lady boy.
Yeah, because it's half doggy, half her on top of you. So it's like half and half, you know?
Yeah, fuck boy.
Yeah, fuck, boy.
Um,
Wow, this went downhill real quick.
You know,
Thanks, Tom.
going back to the whole family thing.
You're welcome.
The one thing I love my fiance to death, but the one thing I cannot stand, like at all, is if like I know my siblings can be fucking like real pains in the asses, like real fucking like assholes sometimes, right? And especially my brother Eddie, he's getting to that age, like all that teenage angst, like just want to deck him, like just sometimes I just want to fucking punch him in the face and tell him to shut up, but I don't. But
should.
and the thing is, Ashley like also gets that. Like she's like, oh my god, he's fucking make me so mad. And she'll walk in and she's like, and your fucking brother, he's just pissing me off. And I'm like, hey, don't fucking talk about my brother, all right? Like I'll talk shit about him.
Hey.
I know, but dude,
Hey,
no.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I
I
know that it bothers you, but you guys, she's going to be a part of your family.
No, I know, but that's the thing though. Like I 100% agree with her. 100%. I just don't want to hear it from her.
But here's the thing: is like, you know what? Like, honestly, I feel like this might be something that you need to hear
yeah,
from an
and
outside party, because
she's
like
good at that.
my siblings, I don't really fucking like. My wife talks to my siblings more than I do. I don't fucking like these people. So
And they're all listening.
and I don't give a fuck if they are. It's just
Hey.
you know, like I like you know,
Bada
my
bing, bada boom.
Right,
I'm
there
a
you go,
jazzy.
soundboard.
my older brother is fucking awesome. You know what I mean? I like him, but you know, there's
Fuck you,
just
buddy.
stuff like that we don't get along with. You know what I mean?
That's common.
But exactly, it's every family. But my wife is the first one to go like, hey, you know, this X, Y, and Z, they're being a dick or they're being cool, and she centers me, like where I get really fucking. I'm like, no, fuck this dude. You know what I mean? She's like, hey, no, calm it down. Here's what's happening. Like she brings me back into control, right? So that might be kind of what Ashley's doing. It's like, hey, listen, your brother.
I think for the most part she's venting, but I just
Well, you also have to realize, out of all of our relationships, Ashley spends the most time with your family out of all of our girlfriends.
Yeah, she
If
does.
I spent that much time with Nicole's family, as much as I like them, I would fucking kill somebody. So she's doing pretty good. You gotta let her vent every once in a while.
no, I get it. No, like I said, she is. I'm not saying she is wrong. She is.
But it's
95% in the
you.
right, but it's just wired in me. Like
It's
the moment I
wired
hear
in
it,
you.
like it just this
Automatic
fucking boiling,
defensive.
this
Yep,
boiling
automatic.
feeling in the pit of my stomach comes up, and I'm
Well,
like,
yeah, you want to defend your
It's
brother.
automatic.
I know I shouldn't say anything, but you know what, babe, I don't want to hear it. I sometimes I tell her because my sister is a troubled girl.
Yeah.
She my parents, they're trying their best. That's all I can say. And then Ashley comes up and tells me these things that she's done, like she's punched some kid in the face because his nose was dribbling, like he had the sniffles, like
Get after it.
and like it bug like noises bug her, so she came up and punched him in the face.
Oh, I don't blame her on that. I would have too. I
kinda
would have
like
been
this girl.
like, dude, fucking get a goddamn
But, like,
tissue, you
and,
son of a
and she's
bitch.
telling me these things, and I was like, you know what? To tell you the truth, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. I don't want to know that. I know she's already doing bad. I'm part of that shit, and fuck you, Tom.
You see how annoying that is?
Well,
That's what
hey,
I'm
listen.
saying. I don't blame
It's
her.
You know what we
annoying
should
because
do?
we're on a podcast.
You know what we should
if
do?
a fucking 5-year-old is doing
Hey.
it, you go, "Oh, little Johnny, you want a tissue? Go ahead."
We should go and after the podcast, abduct your brothers and just beat the shit out of them for fun.
Dude,
That's what my
blanket
brothers used to
party. Blanket party.
That'd
Yeah.
be cool. Yeah.
Dude, my
We
brother's
smack
still
the
afraid
fuck
of the
out of him.
ball in baseball, and
He's afraid of it?
yeah, he's afraid of the ball.
Yeah, I was. Too.
Yeah, dude, no, but legit, like Angelo, it was like I stopped by over, and this is like I'm holding a piece, guys. I'm like some like thing. It doesn't
Adapter.
matter. An adapter, and I'm holding it, and I'm looking at my brother, and I'm like catch, and he like I don't even throw it, and he fucking flinches, but like not like a little bit, like hard, like his face is like oh, and like
Does he have
puts
squiggly
his-
eyes?
No,
Dude,
Oh,
you know
okay,
what we
well.
need to do? We need to take your... fuck focusing on pitching, because if he's gonna pitch, he can't be afraid of that ball. Otherwise, he's gonna get fucking drilled.
But the thing is, Ed.
So you take
Ed,
him out back.
Maybe instead of a pitcher, you need to be a catcher.
That's what Ed's done.
Maybe
He's taken him out to the back, and he's like, "I'm gonna throw balls at you."
Dude, that's amazing. I was gonna say it as a joke, but I'm so happy that he's doing
I mean,
it.
he's not like drilling the. He's not drilling him. He's not drilling him with the balls.
Good parenting.
He has a ball.
He's like, catch
and he
this fucking thing.
No. He's like, just stand there. And he gets close and he throws it at him. He's like, see, and like I guess when he was batting, he took one in the arm and he took it in the funny part, like funny bone part of the arm, and like that's the worst place to get hit there.
No, it's not.
What's the fucking worst place?
The worst place to get hit by a line drive from somebody batting is in the fucking nuts.
Yeah, but
yeah, obviously.
no.
Because when
He's
you're-
not batting. He was batting.
If
No,
you-
that's
listen.
what I'm saying is if somebody is up to bat and they line drive that ball at you, you might think, oh, it's going to be bad if I get hit in the head. Oh, it's going to be bad if I get hit in the arm. No. Because at that age, you might not necessarily be wearing a cup. You know what I'm saying?
If you get hit in the nuts, you have really, really, really bad batting technique.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking
But
about if you're a pitcher.
Yeah, but we were.
Alright, talking
My
about
brother's learning how to pitch, but no, we're talking about him batting. He took when he
He's
was
afraid
batting.
of it that way too.
Yeah, dude, he's very afraid of it.
Well, I would take him to the batting cages and give him
Put
20
him in the
bucks
90
and say,
mile
don't
an
come
hour."
out until you
Dude,
spend all this $20 and you get hits and
To
you're not
the,
scared no more.
Do the Happy Gilmore thing. Just let him fucking
There you
sit in
go.
there and get him wrecked.
That'll work too.
No, take him to the batting cages, put him in the 80 mile an hour cage, and tell him just to stand there.
Right.
They just go straight down. But if you have a ball going that fast, when you go up to the plate and you're playing with a freaking 12-year-old kid,
Yeah.
you're
And
going
a
to be like,
fucking
oh, what the hell
11-year-old.
is this shit? And then you're going to be a lot less afraid of it, I can tell you that fucking much.
Right.
I got hit in the hand when I was playing fucking Little
Oh
League.
shit.
I broke my thumb.
I had the
You fucked some girl
the fucking
up.
bat, and I went to swing, and the fucking ball hit me dead in the knuckles.
Ouch.
Oh my god! I was like,
You guys got
fucking
any sports stories
bullshit.
that happened to you?
My story is way stupider than that.
Matt?
Go for it.
I basically was trying to play catcher without a mask one time.
Uh-huh.
And he came back with the aluminum baseball bat.
Oh,
And
shit.
After he swung and missed, he came all the way around and blasted me right across on the bridge of my nose, and I had to
Ooh,
get
shit.
stitches.
Did you break your nose?
No, I had to get stitches though, but I didn't break my nose. Thank
Did
God.
you hear from Tom how he ruined a girl's face for the rest of her life?
Tom,
I did not ruin her face.
with
Darian
your,
did.
with your wiener.
No.
what did you do?
No.
Tom?
The first practice of softball, we were practicing the positions and whatnot
Tom's
to
a
see
coach.
where we were going to put them, and fucking we hit the ball and the ball hit the dirt weird, and she didn't get her glove up. The ball popped up and hit her in the fucking mouth. It knocked out her front 2 teeth and busted her lip.
They were able to attach the teeth. Though.
Yeah, they were able to put her teeth back in, and they stitched her lip. I mean, she's fine.
You hit
but-
the ball?
No, Darian
Oh,
did.
okay.
But that's one of those things. Like, all right,
The redeeming part about it is it wasn't you.
you probably like that, but that's important information. Like, hey, look, I know everybody's equal, but you're not a fucking shortstop. Like, you know, like,
Well,
get your ass in
So-
the outfield, son.
Right.
So for me, probably one of my worst ones was it was my first year of fast pitch, and we had this kid on one of the opposing teams who could throw like 60 miles an hour. Like it was stupid.
That's pimp.
There's no reason why this kid should have been playing in a rec fastball.
Right.
Okay, so our coach, because a lot of the guys were afraid of it, he was pitching to us like as hard as he could because he wanted us to not be afraid of it. So the one time one of his pitches got away a little bit when I was up there, and instead of moving out of the way for some reason because I had the bat in my hand, I took it out of this hand and I put my hand out. And the ball fucking hit my thumb and snapped my thumb. Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Broke your thumb?
Yeah, it broke my thumb.
Wow.
And then the other time I got beaten in the head, and then I charged him out. Because it was the second time that he hit me.
I don't really have any more baseball stories, but I do.
Oh, no, you need to tell the one to Matt that...
I
that-
already
I don't
did it
care.
on the podcast.
I don't care. Do it again.
Oh,
Do it again.
You know what's funny that we're
Do it
talking
again.
about it
Is the fact that
hold up.
Ed made
Hold
fun
up.
of you for it.
Hold up. Yeah. So yesterday, Eddie was. We were talking about Eddie being afraid of getting hit by the ball, and Ed goes, "You got to follow the family tradition." And I was like, you son of a bitch. And he looks at him. He's like, about Carlo getting hit with the balls. He's like, yeah, that's right. You got to follow the family tradition. If you're not going to swing, at least get hit. I was like, you fucking
Sacrifice
asshole.
yourself.
Carlo got a trophy when he was playing
being
Little
hit
League
the most.
For being hit the most.
Man. Damn.
I never swung at all in that league.
For
was
some
a
reason,
magnet
for some
turd.
reason, balls are attracted to him. I
Yeah.
don't know why. It's still,
No, I know
it's
why.
still relevant
Yeah, man.
today too. You know.
But to this day, man, I know I'm not gay.
Yeah, I know.
He's checked.
But the only other stories I can think of from like a sport for me were soccer stories. I remember a guy teasing me because I had this big ass. I think I probably said this story in the podcast.
I don't think so.
I had this big ass pimple in the middle of my forehead, and I kept popping it and like touching it, and it was red and it was humongous. And like even on picture day, like I got a picture taken. I think sophomore or junior year is when I had this big ass pimple in my forehead. Anyways, so this fucking guy, I think his name was Alex, or it was some fucking Serbian kid, and he was tall. He was like Tom size tall, maybe even a little taller, and he was lanky. So he kept making fun of me. Like every single time I'd see him, he'd be like, haha, and like he would point to my forehead, and he kept fucking looking at me and going like, oh la 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 la, and it fucking, yeah, dude, it was making me so mad. And like that was to me that started like getting to me, you know, like, but not in the I'm being bullied. It started. I mean, I was being bullied, but I was like, I want to fuck this guy up. Like, I want to fucking kill him. So, like, I was so sick of him making fun of me all day at school that I turned around, I ran up to him, and I fucking shoved him. And, like, imagine me pushing, like, somebody, like, as tall as Aponte or as you. He's like, he was so shocked that I stood up to him. He's like, man, back up or I'll fuck you up. And I pushed him again. I was like, let's go, bitch. Like, it's like this little fucking guy pushing this like 6'4" guy. And fucking, then I didn't know how to fight. I could guarantee you right now, if that came down to a fight, I would have gotten my ass kicked.
Hey,
I can tell you right now.
I bet you gained some respect though from him.
For real. Oh, it's that cable.
So
It's something. But, so like, this all happened, like, I kept pushing him, but the thing is, he wouldn't do shit. He wasn't doing nothing. You know, like, I kept pushing. He's like, I'll kick your ass.
I mean, most of those guys are all
Yeah.
talk.
And then my coach came up. He's like, what's going on? He's like, how are you getting pushed by him? Is exactly what he said to the entire team, dude. It was fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
well, that's the funny thing is like for me, like I would have if that was like if I was in high school.
Dude, what?
Looks like it's 4. Looks like it's number 4.
I just pushed it in. Nope. Now you fucked it up.
No, it's this one. So it is 4.
Is that mine?
Didn't I change this one already?
I think you did.
We've changed all of them.
Yeah.
Man, fuck it. But keep going. You think?
So like for me, like if that was me in high school, being as crazy as I was, like that would the second he said anything, that'd have been a history book across his fucking throat. It was instantaneous. I am going, and I'm going as you might whoop my ass, but I am going out with you with everything I fucking have. If it's a history book, if it's a fucking beaker, whatever it is, I'm hitting you with it. I'm trying to fucking kill you. I was a fucking just a dumbass.
And, dude,
like-
on that same day, I remember, like, I was on edge because of that. Like, I was like, everybody's against me today, I guess.
I think that the funniest thing is the fact that Ed consistently brings it up now that Eddie's playing fucking baseball. Because
yeah, he
he's
does.
he's brought it up like 4 times to me since Eddie's been playing baseball.
Oh yeah, totally. Well, that's Ed's nature. My stepdad, he's a fucking ball buster. That is the one thing
Yeah,
he
he
does.
is.
Dude, it's
He
so
fucking,
great.
You know,
Yeah,
he
he is.
really fucking likes you, Angelo. Like he messaged me about like
You guys going on a date?
yeah,
and
like
stuff?
you guys sucking each other's dick or something.
Well, I mean, we have a connection. We're fucking,
Yeah, no, I get
we're
it.
sailors.
He actually,
you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like
he wanted me to ask you something, but I'll ask you after the podcast.
yeah, but it's like one of those things. And that's the same thing. It's like I like Ed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I have a connection with the guy. It's
he
like
refers
all right,
to you as his squid brother. That's
Yeah.
that's what he calls you.
You know what I
He's
mean?
like,
It's
yeah,
like
he's my squid
Squid
brother.
brother.
exactly. We fucking it's cornhole compadres.
Right.
So it's like, but it's one of those things. Like the military does that. It's a funny fucking thing. Like I don't have to know you But were you a fucking sailor? Oh, you were a Marine? You were Army? You were... All right, cool. We have different levels of comfortability, right? Like, obviously...
In the Navy.
In the fucking, Air Force guys, I don't have a whole lot of fucking, like, things in common with.
Space Force.
Yeah. But I guarantee if you were to
That's the
ask
new
any of those
National
guys,
Guard.
like, hey, dude, you want to do the Space Force? They're like, fuck yeah, let's do this right now. You know what I mean? It's like,
They're
that's...
like, wait, I have to do
Dude,
less than I
you
already
guys-
do? How do
Right.
you do that?
You guys would have a montage of you guys suiting up with like spacesuits and shit,
And
and
then
then all of a
just
sudden
sitting at a
sitting, you're like literally you'd suit up, and then you would be like reporting for duty, first day of Space Force. Like, all right, we have a desk right there for you. The next 10 years, you just come in, suit up like in
Well-
that montage, and every day you sit at that. desk.
That's the funniest thing. It's like, so if you ask any guy in the military, right, like, you can do a montage of like this fucking bad motherfucker just getting all his fucking gear on, and getting his fucking rifle, getting his fucking scope, getting his NVGs, everything, like his fucking scope dialed in and all that, and then next cut he's mopping a fucking floor. And everybody's gonna go, fuck yes, god damn.
that'd actually be a really funny skit.
That would
mean-
be a super funny skit. We
would
should
be.
do
it's
something like
it's
that.
out there. You can't do it.
oh,
It's
is
out
it
there.
really?
Trust
Okay.
me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, there's videos of Army guys, Navy guys, all that mopping in fucking floods,
Well,
like
then-
just mopping the floors in floods, and the water's just coming in, and they're just mopping.
Well, then-
and because that's the way the military does it. Like,
Then we should beat them to the Space Force.
Yeah,
one.
we have nothing for you to do, so go mop that floor. Well,
Okay.
it's under 2 feet of water. Keep going.
Exactly.
Because we have nothing for you to do.
Right.
Just go do something.
And I think with that, we're already at an hour and 10. I want to say thank you very much for listening to the Designated Drinkers podcast. You are amazing for listening. Thank you. Hey, big thing, give us a review if at all possible. Review us. That's actually something that I'm really, really starting to push now.
Where are they going to review us?
Review us either Podbean, iTunes, Designated Drinkers. Give us a like on Facebook. If you want to send us an email, we are the designated.d.pod@gmail.com. And like us on Facebook and shit. That's designated, the letter D as in David, .pod@gmail.com.
And Matt, do you want to plug your stuff one more time
Yeah.
for everybody?
Yeah, if you guys can make it out, come out and check us out. Redneck Cadillac, my band's playing out at Jackie's Sports Bar in Paynesville. It's a Saturday night. It's going to be a great time, so come on out and say hello and just introduce yourself, and we'll have some fun.
July 14th, everybody, at Jackie's Sports Bar and Grill, Redneck Cadillac, and Matt Chase.
Tom, do you want to plug your gay bar?
Oh, yeah. It's called Tom's Gay Bar, and you can test to see if you're gay or not there. It's okay.
It's called Tom's Put It In.
.pornhub.com.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for joining the Designated Drinkers podcast. My name is Carlo.
Angelo.
Tom,
And thank you to our special guest again.
Matt.
We are the Designated Drinkers.
keep
Keep
on
on
drinking.
drinking.
I've got 6 friends in the fridge to help me out. They told me they can't wait. I want to meet my mouth. They'll get me through the evening now, baby, there's no doubt. You know they love to party, they want to twist and shout. I've got 6 friends in the fridge to help me out. Oh.
This has been a Fat Lowell's Radio production. To hear more shows like this, go to soundcloud.com/Fat Lowell's Radio.